Good morning, students. We have completed the chapter on reaction mechanism and introduction to drugs. And now it is time to discuss a few questions which generally appear in the examination. So I have prepared a worksheet in which I have taken few questions and we'll be discussing. I'll be just be giving you the hints on those questions, and after that you can refer to the lecture notes that have been given to you earlier. So the first is explain why propene reacts with HBr to give isopropyl bromide and not n-propyl bromide. See, I will not be explaining you the answers. I will not be giving you the answers. On the other hand, I will just provide you the hints. You should solve these questions on your own, and if you have some problem, then you can communicate with me. So the reason for this is that propene undergoes Markovnikov's addition, wherein the bromine, it goes to the carbon having lesser number of hydrogen atoms. That is why we get isopropyl bromide. Now, why benzene, although it is highly unsaturated, undergoes substitution reaction instead of addition reaction? So the reason is very simple, that the benzene ring is highly stabilized due to resonance. As a result, the normal courses benzene undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions. However, under some special conditions, it also undergoes addition reaction. But in the general course, it undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions. Now, why carbonyl compounds are more reactive towards nucleophilic reagents and alkenes are not reactive towards such reagents? So the reason is simple. Oxygen of carbonyl is more electronegative, so it pulls the electron towards itself so that the carbon develops a partial positive charge, and the nucleophile can easily attack the carbon of the carbonyl group. Now, why alkyl halides react with aqueous KOH to form alcohols, whereas in the presence of alcoholic KOH, alkenes are formed as major products? The reason being, the first one, that is the alkyl halide reacting with aqueous KOH, it is a substitution reaction, whereas when it reacts with alcoholic KOH, it is an elimination reaction. And we have studied the conditions in which substitution reaction occurs and also the conditions under which elimination reactions occur. So when there are polar solvents, then substitution reactions will occur, and when there are less polar solvents, then in that case elimination reactions will occur. So you have to explain this in detail. Now, why haloalkanes are more reactive than haloarenes? That is because in case of haloarenes, there is the lone pair of electrons, they conjugate with the benzene ring and there is resonance. As a result, it is stabilized and hence they are less stable. Now, what is formed when isobutylene reacts with HBr in the presence of peroxide? See, whenever reaction or addition takes place in the presence of peroxide, it is an anti-Markovnikov addition. That is, bromide does not go to the carbon atom having lesser number of hydrogen, but goes on the other side. So the product here will be 2-methyl-1-bromopropane. You should actually write the reaction and you should see what will be formed. You can refer to lecture notes for that. Now, what is the stereochemistry of the product formed when 2-bromooctane reacts with aqueous KOH? See, 2-bromooctane forms an inverted product, and that was an example of Walden inversion which we have discussed earlier. Now, explain the mechanism of halogenation of benzene. See, halogenation of benzene is an example of electrophilic substitution reaction which takes place in the presence of a halogen carrier like aluminium chloride. It helps in the generation of an electrophile, and that electrophile then substitutes the benzene, the hydrogen on the benzene ring, and halogenation takes place. Now what is the nitrating agent in case of nitration of benzene? It is the nitronium ion, which is formed by the interaction of concentrated sulfuric acid with concentrated nitric acid. Once again, for the details, you refer to the lecture notes or the slides, lectures that were delivered earlier. Now what is the role of AlCl3 and alkylation of benzene? So it helps in the generation of electrophiles. Students, please remember that these are the questions which generally come for in section A, that is 3 marks questions. So these are small things which you tend to miss out. You people, like, you will be able to answer questions on explain nucleophilic substitution reactions with examples, but such small questions you may tend to miss out. That is why I have taken these questions and we are discussing them here. Now 2-chloro-2-methyl-butane reacts with alcoholic KOH to give 2-methyl-2-butene as the major product. Now this can be explained on the basis of Zaitsev rule, which says that when elimination takes place, so elimination takes place in such a way that more substituted alkenes are formed as a product. Then why tertiary butyl bromide undergoes substitution reaction by SN1 mechanism? This has also been explained earlier. There are two major reasons. One is that tertiary butyl carbocation is a stable carbocation. Hence, it occurs a two-step process, that is by SN1 mechanism. And second is that the nucleophile cannot attack from the red side because this is a bulky group. Why do alcohols undergo substitution reactions in acidic medium only? The reason is that OH is a strong base. Hence, it is not possible to substitute OH group. So, in acidic medium, it changes into OH2 with O having a positive charge. It becomes weakly basic and hence it can be removed easily. Now, explain the mechanism of halogenation of benzene. See, halogenation of benzene is an example of electrophilic substitution reaction which takes. What is the structure of aspirin and paracetamol? Once again, this has also been studied and I need not repeat it here. So this is for you to do. It is actually a worksheet where you would be doing. I have provided you the hints and still if there is any problem, you can come back. So thank you all. So with this I have included some major questions, small questions, particularly the ones which come in section A of your paper. And I do hope that these questions will be very helpful to you and any suggestions for further improvement are welcome and you can let me know. Thank you all.